Hello everybody, I hope that you're well. My name is Christianne and welcome to my channel Backpacking Bananas. I am currently in Heathrow Terminal 2 in the check-in line for my flight with Ava Air. I'm about to be flying from Heathrow to Bangkok overnight tonight in economy, and I thought what a great idea to make a video of how to survive a long-haul night flight in economy, because I know it's something that a lot of people dread. So I'm going to take you through my journey today and go through with you my tips of how I'm surviving this journey. Let's go. So the first thing that you're going to do to help yourself out before you even get to the airport is to exhaust yourself out throughout the day, whether that's getting up early in the morning, doing loads of exercise, getting your steps in that day, whatever that's going to make you more tired for when you get on that flight. Additionally, you are not going to have any caffeine past 11 a.m. before that if possible, because even if you think, oh, this is not affecting me that much, it probably is. So I, on any normal day, would probably have a coffee in the morning and then another coffee after lunch around 2 p.m. The day I have a night flight, no, I am not doing the same thing. I'm having my morning coffee, and then if I want a coffee in the afternoon, decaf. Same with tea, and also you can avoid sugary things. They're quite caffeinated as well. We're then going to get our iPad out, or any device that you have for that matter, and we are going to download all the things that we want for this flight. And whilst I'm doing that, I am going to connect to the free airport Wi-Fi, which is an open Wi-Fi network, and I am going to switch on my Surfshark VPN. And Surfshark are the kind sponsors of today's video. Now, if you don't know, when you connect to the free public Wi-Fi at the airport or a cafe, for example, your device is at risk of being hacked via that connection. I know, and I don't want that happening to me today, so I am switching my Surfshark on, and when I do that, it acts as an automatic shield on my device so that none of those evil hackers can get in. What it also allows me to do is change the virtual location of my device to pretty much anywhere in the world. So if I want to download shows off of Netflix on another country where I can't access them in the UK, I can literally do that with the click of a button. And on a similar note, if there was any media or service that I wanted to access right now which said, sorry, this media or service is not available in your country, I could choose a country where that media or service is available. I can do a little refresh and it is available to me. Now, Surfshark is one of the only VPNs which gives you access on an unlimited number of your devices with just the one account, so I can use it on my iPad, my laptop, my phone, and I have an exclusive discount for you where you can get an extra 4 months of Surfshark when you go to surfshark.com/backpacking. So I'm going to go on my Netflix account. I'm going to download any movies and TV shows that I can watch if I don't like the movies and TV shows on the plane, and if I just can't get to sleep for whatever reason, or if I wake up early, who knows, unlikely. I've seen a movie recently on Netflix called Kinda Pregnant with Amy Schumer, and I really want to watch it, so I am going to download that one. I think that's going to be a really good one. What I also recommend downloading on your device is music on Spotify, and specifically something that you may not have thought of, some relaxing music, or maybe spa music, something that's just going to make you feel more. And the fun thing is, you don't actually have to listen to it. You can try it on the plane, see if it relaxes you, but at least you've got that option. Now, if you have a long haul overnight flight, the chances are you are going to be going to a destination with a completely different time zone, and therefore you are at a large risk of getting jet lag. So another thing that you can do before you get on the flight is to plan your jet lag schedule, plan your sleeping schedule to avoid the jet lag. This is something that I'm very, very bad at. However, I'm going to tell you about it because maybe you'll be better at it than I am. There is an app called Time Shifter where you can put in exactly what flight you have, when you're going to arrive in the destination, when you're leaving your current destination. And not only will it tell you when you should be going to sleep, but it also tells you when you should be turning your electronic devices off, when you should be trying to give yourself some sunlight. And it's just a really, really clever way to help you adjust to your new time zone before you've even arrived in the destination, what time you should be going to sleep, what time you should be waking up in the morning. Do I want to what? Do you want to rap? Say we're now getting on the flight where we're flying to Taipei. We're going to fall asleep, hopefully, no delay. Okay, now let's get on this plane. I'm about to enter my bedroom for the night. Oh, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Now, I don't know about you, but as soon as I get on a plane and like the vibrations start, the white noise starts, it just sends me off to sleep. However, I know that that is not the same for most people. So I'm going to give you my best tips for how else to kind of get into more of a sleeping state when you're on the plane. Now, the first thing that I will say is make sure you are wearing really nice, warm and comfy clothes. Even though it feels quite hot when you first get onto a plane, once you get into your relaxed sleeping state, it really can get quite chilly. And hopefully, if you're with a half good airline, they should give you a blanket and you should have a pillow. But me personally, it's not quite enough. I like to have warm, comfy clothes. So I've got my beanie hat, I've got my nice baggy harem pants, I've got a thermal long sleeve top on underneath here, and I've got a nice turtleneck jumper as well. Now, as soon as I get onto the plane, if I'm not already in slip-on slidey shoes, I make sure that that's the first thing I'm changing into. So I have got my Birkenstock sandals on, which I can just really easily slide on and off. So for most of the flight, I probably just won't have them on, but then obviously when you go to the bathroom, you want to make sure that you can just slide something onto your feet. And my feet really expand on flights as well, so if you've got tight shoes, that's going to get really, really uncomfortable. And to go along with the whole swelling thing, if you can get some flight compression socks, these can be so useful, especially on a long haul flight. And the older I get, the more need I am feeling to have for these compression socks. Now, unfortunately, I did forget my compression socks for these flights, but I'm kind of kicking myself because my ankles are going to be swollen by the time we land in Bangkok. What I will say is if you are sitting in the middle seat early on in the flight, I would try and assert your dominance, because this is like an unspoken rule or etiquette on flights. But I believe that the person in the middle has the right to use both of the armrests. And so if you're in the middle, I think that you should assert your dominance from the start, because if one of the people on the side has used the armrest, it's going to be really hard to kind of elbow them out the way. And also, if you are on an aisle or a window, just give the armrest to the middle person. They need it more than you in these times of trouble. And again, with the middle aisle window seat debacle, if you are in the middle or a window seat, try and use your time wisely. If you see that the aisle person has gone to the bathroom, see if you can time your bathroom trips at the same time, because it's going to be so much easier for you and so much easier for everyone on your row when everyone times their toilet trips at the same time, as opposed to having to climb over each other and having to do it several times during the flight. That's going to really make your sleeping schedule a lot smoother. Now, I'm not going to do it right now because we're still quite close to the beginning of the flight and I don't want to annoy the person behind me before I have to, but definitely make the most of the fact that the seats recline. You probably already know this, but on the side of your armrest, on the inside here, there will be a button which you have to press quite hard and use your feet to plant into the ground and push your back to recline your seat as far back as it goes. I highly recommend doing this when it is your time to sleep. Just be aware that when it's mealtime and food service, they will tell you to get that back up again, but just having that recline is going to make sleeping so much nicer and easier, even if it is just a little bit. So these things are my absolute holy grail items on long haul flights. The first is some noise cancelling headphones. It's good whether you have the in-ear earphones or if you have the over-the-head earphones. Both are good. If they muffle out the noise, it's going to help you so much. And of course, you can listen to whatever music you want, or you can listen to some relaxing music that hopefully you have downloaded on Spotify or whatever app you use before you actually get on the plane itself. If you don't have noise cancelling headphones, the next best thing, honestly, is some loop quiet earbuds. Now, these are noise cancelling in themselves, and I don't know how they do it because they're obviously not electrical at all, but these work so well at just muffling out any extra noise. If you're sleeping next to a snorer, that can sometimes happen on long haul flights, and it's like, am I sleeping in a hostel dorm room right now? No, it's just a man snoring right next to me. So alongside that, having a completely blackout eye mask. Now, I literally got this off Amazon for less than a tenner, but it is memory foam. It's very comfortable to wear and it completely blocks out the light. So I will have this on like this. If I'm wearing a hood, I will get that over the top as well. It's just like you're in a cocoon, to be honest. And something that not a lot of people know is that when you get onto the plane, the seat's going to look like this, right? These fold forwards and you can rest your head on either side. So if you don't have a neck pillow, you can use that. But if you do have space to pack a neck pillow, I definitely would do that. So when I'm sleeping on a plane, let me show you what I look like. We've got the memory foam neck pillow, which literally looks like a neck brace, but I promise you this is going to be the absolute best one that you could choose for a night flight, just so that you can... Oh, nodding off to sleep. Oh, but it's fine. I'm not falling too far because my neck pillow is literally holding me up. And then I have my eye mask on the top of that, and then I've got my earplugs in. If I'm wearing a hood, I've got that over the top of me, and I'm just away with the world. The next thing I'm going to talk about is your personal item, which you have at your feet, and where you place that to utilize your sleeping position. Come closer, come closer. Look down at my feet. Right now, I have got my personal items and all of my things underneath the seat in front of me, which means that I can only really have my feet here. However, obviously this is after takeoff. You can pull your personal item closer towards your feet, and then if you're not too tall, you can completely stretch your legs out, and I just think that is revolutionary. I feel like I'm in business class right now. Another good tip, now this is one I found out a little bit more recently, and it's a little bit harder to get into, and you do need to be a little bit nimble. But if you're someone like me who's typically quite restless, likes to move around a lot, likes to have their legs up like this, apparently that's an ADHD thing, get your feet up onto the seat. You can use your seatbelt to literally strap your legs in so that you can just relax and they're not falling off, and you can sleep in this position, which I may well end up doing. I tend to kind of switch throughout the night between this position and having my feet on the floor. I just think this is a great position because you're not bothering anyone else. You've still got maximum amount of space underneath you. You can rest on your legs, rest your arms on your legs. You can do whatever you want. But obviously take your shoes off before you do that. And make sure you've got socks on as well. My lovely assistant Alex here, hello, has a foot hammock which she's bought on Amazon.
It's so you put it on the tray table like that.
Yeah.
And then you can rest your feet on it. But
Okay.
I mean, my feet are technically in a hammock. Do you actually, that's not bad. Well, it was worth the £5. It's not really like business class, but it's it helps. For a fiver, it's fine, yeah.
Now, typically on a long haul night flight, you are going to have 2 meal services. You will have dinner quite shortly after you take off, and then you will have breakfast about an hour before you land. Obviously, you are more than welcome to have those meals, but what I will say is if you are really tired and if you are feeling satisfied enough, don't hesitate to skip those meals, because if eating that meal is something that's going to completely wake you up again and stop you from being able to sleep, I personally just don't think it's worth it. So just keep that in mind. Even though the food's coming around, you don't have to have it. And maybe it can help your sleep pattern if you don't. And the final thing that I will say for now, and this definitely works for me, and it may sound a bit woo-woo, but it would just be to try and relax. Listen to the white noise of the plane. Feel the small vibrations of the plane and try and allow that to relax you and to send you off into a deep slumber. I don't know about you, but I start to feel this kind of heaviness in my chest like 5 minutes after being on a plane, and it's just because the whole aura of it just makes me feel sleepy. So give it a go. I'm definitely feeling sleepy at this point, so I'm going to sign off for now. I'm hopefully going to sleep, and I will clock back in with you when we are closer to Bangkok.
Hi, would you like a chicken fried noodle or a scrambled egg?
Chicken fried noodle.
Chicken fried noodle.
Thank you. There it is. Fried noodles for breakfast. I literally just woke up. I think I've been sleeping for like 8 hours. I just looked at my watch, and like British time, it's like 7:30. So I've definitely been sleeping for like 8 or 9 hours, and then suddenly got woken up with scrambled egg or fried noodle. I'm not actually hungry at all. However, because it is breakfast time and I shouldn't be sleeping any more than this, in terms of jet lag, especially going the way round that we are traveling, I should be waking up right now. So I'm going to do what I can to eat this breakfast
and hope that that helps.
So I would say that flight was a great success. I had a normal number of hours of sleep and I've miraculously woken up in Bangkok, not just surviving, but thriving in fact. I didn't even need to watch any of my downloaded shows. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you guys do to survive a long haul night flight in economy. My belief is that if you can sleep, it's not a terrible experience at all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.